Last time, the group had a lovely encounter with a small village within the bundle of giant vines, the lizard men. However, after the competition, I would like to know what everybody is doing currently. Let's go from Joe first. Thiveron, what is Thiveron doing?
Thiveron is like frantically taking notes at how this civilization conducts themselves and how they're going to react to the party now that they've won their competitions.
They seem to be getting ready for like a big feast. Like they've got tables out. They've got like big hunks of meat and mushroom and the like. Prava, what are you doing as they're all doing this?
How like tech advanced are these people? Have they seen space tech before? Would pictures blow their little minds?
They have not seen space tech before. There's only a few people here that seem to even really know that like things outside of the planet exist. The others are like, oh, they say they were there, but we never seen it before until you guys turned up.
Well, probably showing them like pictures of planets from orbits and stuff then to really blow their little minds.
Oh yeah, like the little lizard children are like, oh, like they're just fascinated by the view.
There's a whole wide galaxy out there to explore. You can't just be on this planet your whole life.
Kuzon, what are you currently doing?
So I think I'd probably like chill out in the forge and like figure out like study the alloys they use and just like hang out while they make stuff and just take in some notes. Kind of interested in like how they work with metal.
After the big competition, Aiden, what are you currently?
As for Aiden, he's been looking to train with a few more of the lizardmen since they're pretty big and sturdy. He's basically trying to, since despite their frames, they're pretty slippery, he's trying to see what kind of moves they've got and trying to copy and add to his own repertoire of CQC.
As you're doing that, Bryn, you and Sal got basically split off from the party, and currently Sal's carrying you towards the. Basically, Sal's like, and that was the 25th song of your people that I remember.
Are we almost there yet, Sal?
Ah, yes, I see them on the horizon.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I will. We're gonna try playing the quiet game again until we get to them.
Ah, of course. I will remain quiet. But are you sure you would not like to hear the 24?
I'm sure I am. I don't know if my brain can contain any more of these songs. Your brain far superior. You keep that knowledge in that brain, very powerful. I don't think I could handle a single more song Sal. My brain will literally explode.
Understood. As you approach with Sal towards the location of the village, you can see some of the villagers and guards are a little on edge to see like this basically war machine carrying what's essentially a like of a priestess clan with them. They're a little on edge, just like they're looking towards the others, like you guys, like Prava and Thiveron is there, and so is Aiden.
If Prava sees them coming up, he's just gonna yell, "Sal, Bryn!" and he's gonna leap at them.
Oh my God, my friends! Oh, please.
Okay. The vine came down and you got separated, and I didn't know what happened. I'm glad you're okay.
It's been so long. Please take Sal here. Take him. He missed you so much.
Correct. It was mostly safe.
It was not safe for my sanity, guys.
As opposed to our road, which was a literal nosedive.
You missed an interesting fight. We had to fight an assassin while falling.
Wait, what? There was an assassin?
Yeah, he kind of, EMP'd the car, so we had to jump start it in free fall, over days work.
I don't think you ever met
Fairly
them,
standard.
He was an employee of a group we've dealt with before, so...
Ooh, also we taught Thiveron how to drive. He had his first lesson.
If by that you mean that I had to let Talavit take the wheel.
I mean, call it what you will.
Take it from my hands.
So, Thiveron, now that you have experience with the car, are you ready to try out the ship?
I don't wish to push our luck. As much as it pains me to say it, I do believe that you might actually be a better pilot than myself, so I will remain at the magic officer's station.
The rather large 8-foot-tall chieftain who bears crimson scales comes over and says, it is good to see one of your people again.
Oh, hi, Chief. It is. I am glad you have looked over my companions.
Do not worry. Yes, we had a marvelous competition of all sections of martial prowess, of the magic arts and the physical.
Oh, it sounds like a good time. Was there prizes?
Yes, it was a brilliant time. It has shown that we have much yet to grow and go stronger.
You guys sound like you had a lot more fun than I did. Not going to lie.
If you wish to stay here for a bit, you may. If not, then we can easily show you the way out of this place.
Well, I think
what's the bed situation here? Like, is this like a hammock or is this like a stuffed feathered?
Well, it's filled with dried leaves and the like.
It feels like
hammocks, if you wish.
we suffered, you know, a serious setback with what happened recently, but I guess a good night's rest won't hurt.
You're still around about half day's travel away.
Yeah, it might be best if we rest here for the night and then we can finish the journey tomorrow and be like... Because if we go now, it will probably exhaust us a little bit. And I could use, honestly, I could use a little bit of a break.
I will sing you a lullaby to help you sleep.
Oh dear God! Please, guys.
Got some kids back at home. Maybe you can teach me some new songs for them.
I shall teach you these. Come. He's like,
Can I record it if you're gonna sing?
of course. And he's like going off and he's gonna start like humming the beat already as he's off on his way to gonna teach you guys how to sing. But Bryce is gonna stay away from you.
Run improvise.
Why do you guys? I am not. You guys enjoy.
If you guys expect me to sing, I can, but just saying.
I mean,
If,
we're all waiting.
Are you serious?
I'm
What do you
kidding.
think that pause was for? No, we're good.
No, I will. Hang on. No, you done it now. Now I've got to.
Give me a second, I need to cut the recording. I don't want to scare away
Oh,
all
I've
the
got to do
people
sound
watching the
noise as
video.
well.
This stays in.
Bamboo flute music for Thiveron. As the flute starts playing, he goes, "Ole, olai, O Lord, there will come a sister who carries a mighty sword. She will tear your city down, ole, olai, O Lord. Ole, olai, ole, O Lord. She will tear your city down, ole, olai, O Lord. There will come."
That was good.
I'm trying my best. I'm just.
I was really into it. Throughout the next few days, you'll hear
Aiden
him
looks
humming
confused. Why a sword with an RPG or a nuke? It would be so much more effective.
To be fair, the song is about a mighty sibling of this land who used its mighty blades to carve the very earth you stand upon.
Hey,
So it's-
Brian, can you do that?
Can I
Look.
carve the earth with the sword?
Look,
no.
If I was in her prophecy, I would have given her some form of laser weapon. It'd be much more efficient than the swords they were using before.
I still think if you're trying to raise a city, a nuke would be way more efficient.
City should only be teared down by the hands of their inhabitants.
So, as you are going about, there will be a grand feast for all of you as well. I'm going to keep the flute music because I suppose Thiveron will also be playing away still
Oh yeah, definitely. He'd be
during
like,
festivities.
playing songs that he's heard throughout his travels.
You've got the men on the drums beating along to the rhythm of your flute, like. And as you are doing that, the grand feast continues, and apparently there's a few of you have stacks of what appear to be these crystalline shells of some kind, like in front of you, like there's a few scattered around, but some of you, like Aiden has a pile, Prava has a pile, Thiveron has a pile, Kuzon has a pile.
Hey, what are these for? I'm gonna ask one of my neighbors at the table.
Oh, those are tokens.
Guys,
From the females.
Oh,
Guys, don't touch them. Don't mess with those. I think it's best you leave them.
wait, why are they giving us this stuff? Aiden's gonna rummage through the piles and take a look at these things. What do they look like?
Oh,
They're like small
Oh.
incandescent like scales. They're almost like the scales of an insect, but full of like glitter, essentially.
Hey, that's cool. I bet Prava loves stuff like this.
You look over to Prava and he's like levitating them around him, like, ooh, look at the shinies.
guys, I don't know much about the customs of these people, but you don't want to act too rashly with these, because then they might take it as you accepting their token, and then we'll all be having weddings, and then we'll never leave because you'll be marrying all of these women.
I mean, I think it's pretty rude not to accept a gift if they're offering it in goodwill.
No, because then it like begins like the core thing and those things, and then when we leave, you'll break all these girls' hearts. You don't want that. You don't want to be that guy who came from space.
It's a sin to be this beautiful.
And Prava is like all like playing around with tokens. Aiden's like got a few in his hand, and as the meal goes on, it seems like it's just a general party. As the sooner tone starts going down, there's like what I can only describe as moonshine as the alcohol. If anybody's going to partake in that, you would have to make a constitution save if you drink more than one. You can drink like one throughout the party, but if you drink more than one, I would need you to make like a fortitude save
I'm
here.
sorry, but I'm a mercenary. Nobody fucking drinks without me there. That's a 22.
Even with a 22, you are feeling a bit like, but you are still standing with them. You're like, yes! Like you're drinking like one for one with them.
I
Basically,
slammed
like,
the empty glass on the table, making it shake everywhere. Another! Hit me again!
And soon enough, the party trails out with drunk people like going back to their little things. You can see the chieftain coming up. He's like still got basically a moonshine in his hand. He's like, right, you wish to see where you are staying. Do not worry, we will keep your war machine in good. This way.
We also do not want to be disturbed tonight by any of the beautiful ladies here. And she glares at the other guys.
Probably arms full of tokens, like shiny.
I've already made a necklace out of mine. I'm wearing it. You know those Hawaiian flowers where they make them a necklace? I have the same necklace, only out of the scales.
Prava's been sewing the scales into his shawl, like he's been like lining like the edge of it.
Oh, God. Oh no. All these girls are be fighting.
Prava's more or less just like, that would be even more shiny. Well, soon enough, after like you've done your gathering and the chief has guided you to your little, essentially a hovel within the large van. She's like, here, plenty of space, bedding, hammocks. Enjoy your night. Have a good one. And he's like stumbling out. It's like, oh, drank too much.
Aiden's gonna find the nearest bed and collapse in it because he's probably a bit drunk too.
Thiveron walks over and puts him on his side.
Thiveron, my mom. There you go. But yes, as you're resting for the night, and as the night wears on, or what makes up the night, Thiveron has stopped playing by this point.
I mean, I'd be impressed if he was playing in his sleep.
Yeah, he's not playing all throughout the night in his sleep. That would be weird.
We need to buy him a magical flute.
Right, during your slumber, Aiden, you do have a small, dream.
Oh?
You are standing in a hallway. In front of you, you see a crimson robotic arm being held up in front of you. Wait here. You ready, rookie? And as your vision clears a bit, you see an Azamar standing before you, kitted out in full military garb.
Do I recognize her?
Yeah, she's one of your seniors. No, you only joined like a
Am I having
weeks ago?
a dream of the past?
yes. You are.
I do as she commands me.
You can see her go up against the door. It's like, remember, it's gonna be an easy one, in and out.
Is she checking for traps?
She's simply like looking at you, making sure you're like all ready and already there.
Okay.
Maybe she's looking after you and making sure you're behind cover.
I will, but I'm gonna give her a hand sign language to check for traps.
You can see that she, like, as she's about to turn around, she stops for a moment, and you feel like that's wrong. Did you ever say that?
No, that's experience talking.
Yes, experience. You never had that back then. But she does. She checks for traps this time. Yes, this time. She didn't check before. And as the door opens, a bright light consumes the area. And she's like, found it. Good going, rookie. And you hear ting as she disables the trap, and suddenly the sound of fluttering creatures are above you.
Am I awake?
Yes.
Aiden's gonna sit up in bed. First I wanna check if anybody else is awake. Are they all still sleeping? Is it early?
It is pretty early, but as you're awake, you do see one thing standing basically sitting beside your bed.
I'm gonna pet the dog, take my message and give him one of my rations. After that I'm going to get out of bed and head outside quietly, trying not to wake anybody up.
The dog follows after you, and as it does, it basically hops down onto a vine and starts sprinting off.
Before I take out the message and read it, I wanna take out my necklace of dog tags and see if I remember the person that I saw in my dream. Do I have a dog tag?
You look through the collection of dog tags, and there is one, yes. You feel something's off about the dog tag. It's brand new.
Aiden's not gonna think about it too much right now. He's just gonna put it away and open the message. Oh.
And this is where everybody, you can also wake up at this point as Aiden comes back in.
Huh? Aiden was up first? Weird.
Hey, mercenary business. You learned how to sleep without sleeping. Or something like that.
Not even. How do you sleep without sleeping?
I'll tell you all about it later. Don't worry about it.
Out still.
By the way, as Kuzon is snoring, I'm just gonna plug up his nostrils. Wakey wakey!
What the fuck? Just Kuzon just is he tired squinting, and he just goes, okay, he just gets out of bed.
You see, Thiveron is up and he is already sitting cross-legged on the floor with a small shrine that he's made on the fly and is meditating.
And as you're meditating, suddenly you feel a hand on the back of your neck, and Aiden is grabbing you and starting to push you, to yank you after him. Hey, Thiveron, buddy, good morning. Come with me for a sec. And he starts dragging you out of the hut.
Thiveron just gives a sad whimper. I was praying.
Just a minute. We'll be right back, guys. And assuming he doesn't resist, I take him outside and I whisper, hey, Thiveron, real quick. And I take out the necklace and the specific dog tag. Can you sense if there's any magic? Something's not right here.
Detect magic.
Detect magic.
Magic, yes, no?
What are you trying to detect magic on?
The dog
the
tag. You
dog
said it's
tag.
brand new, which isn't supposed to be right. That shit's sold.
If you detect magic on it, if you would desire, let's see. There are almost the faintest traces of magic present on that dog tag. Only that one.
Can I take a mysticism check to identify its properties?
There we go. If you want to be able to discover what exactly, since doing it just here, you won't be able to properly determine. You need a proper workshop. It's like faint traces. You need instruments in order to do anything.
Okay. There is something magical attached to this trinket, Aiden, but I would need my workshop on the ship if I were to study it further. Would you like me to hold on to it for you?
Aiden looks at it and thinks for a while.
Aiden, are you entirely sure that you are okay?
I'm fine, really. It's nothing.
I've seen you drink before, and you normally do not awaken in this sort of... I almost want to say reticence. Normally, you're the gung-ho type.
You know, weird planet, weird alcohol, no sleeping place. Could be many things. Don't worry about it too much. Anyway, let's go get some breakfast. I'm starving. Are you starving? I'm starving. Let's go eat.
He puts a hand on your shoulder and says, Aiden, if there are things that you need to talk about to get them off your chest, you can bring them to my attention. I may be able to help. You've already offered so much help to me. It is the least that I could do.
Thanks, Thiveron. That means a lot. And he lets out a sigh, and you see that he's visibly calmed down a bit, and he takes out another cigar. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'll be fine.
Okay, well, the offer still stands if you ever do need to talk.
Thanks.
Is anybody gonna... Anything else anybody wishes to do on this morning, or you're gonna start heading out?
Yeah, I guess I was wondering if you could talk to the chief to see if there's anything interesting going on in this area.
The chief is basically outside, back on like patrol. He's looking out. He's looking out for a gate, making sure nothing comes in.
Oh hi, chief. I just wanted to check in with you before we head out. Make sure that there isn't anything, any information you want me to pass on to Vylar or anything like that. Any suspicious activities that we should be made aware of.
Oh hi. But as for any information, just tell her that the Havak are acting up. If she needs, we can start clearing the path for trade, of course.
Okay, I will pass it on.
Well, as you're probably going to have to set off, your chief does walk to the gates, and he goes, I hope you all learned a lot. We were glad to have such people visit our village. Past these interwoven vines, you will find a great lake. It would be better to cross it. Simply go to the point where the two rocks meet. You know exactly what I mean. And you will find, well, sailcraft there.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. By the way, speaking of being on our way, what happened to Sal? I don't see the big log anywhere.
Ah, yes, simply call him. He's in the armory.
I'm gonna look towards Bryn. Well, it would be nice to have some entertainment on the road, and he does like singing.
No. Why? Why are you doing this to me, Ivor? We do not. His songs were torturous. It went on forever. You know what that song that they have when you go on the road to 99 bottles of beer on the wall? It was like that. Forever. I never have to hear another song by people
you mean...
my whole life. It will be too soon.
Great song, 999 bottles of beer on the wall.
Oh, you guys must have had a slip of the tongue. I thought you were talking about 99 grenades on the wall.
By the way, Sal is like walking towards you guys. I heard you arguing. Is everything okay?
Yes, we were just deciding on what kind of songs we should ask you to teach us.
It is okay. I think I will give it the rest of the song. I am trying my hand at this new music thing.
Oh, Thiveron inspired you, huh?
Yes. He played, as someone put it on Prava's chat, a sick beat.
He does have some pretty sick beats.
Yes.
Wait, Prava's chat? Prava, were you streaming again?
Yeah, why wouldn't I stream the beautiful new alien?
How's about a little privacy once in a while?
I mean, I try to keep the camera away from you as much as I can. I know you and Kuzon don't like being on screen very much, so I'm pretty careful.
Yes, he records certain parts. We do not get to see what happens after. There was a lot of assuming.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's much worse.
Okay, then she's already on chat coming out with the most like outrageous theories then.
She's the one stirring all the
Why? Why are you doing this?
Look at
Oh my God,
Prava
they
with
all
all the
slept-
tokens.
They all slept in the hut all together. They had so many tokens from women and he cut the string so abruptly.
Stop
Who knows
it.
what's happening behind those closed doors?
Oh my god, I know people that I know that watch that stream. They're gonna think I've done weird shit.
Banner.
I imagine Prava's chat by now has figured out that Prava doesn't know anything about sex, like whatsoever.
Prava,
Yeah.
Prava, I feel like your chat is going to come to bite me in the ass again one of these days. Can you like moderate that shit? How's about a little censorship?
What are we censoring? I don't understand. What's the complaint?
Well, some certain people I know back home are watching your chat. I don't want them to know what the fuck I'm doing.
I mean, we're a spaceship crew. We live communally. There's nothing strange that was shown on stream.
Kuzon, help me out here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just, not super well rested this morning, Aiden. I'm feeling a little bit, tired this morning.
Aiden just frowns and sloops his shoulders.
Translation, fuck you. So, as I was going to be loading up the car and like, shall we get moving then?
Right, the fresh air will do us some good. Then he realizes they're underground. Well, whatever air it is. Is it fresh? Maybe it's not. Who knows at this point?
It's very swampy. Looking at your car, it's like you've a fine steed. I wish you luck on your travels.
Thanks, and I'm gonna offer him a handshake.
He reaches out and grabs your hand and gives it a firm shake.
But yeah, Prava's gonna, as preparing to leave, he's gonna greet the chief. Thank you for your hospitality, chief. It was a great cultural exchange. If any of your people ever get off planet, we got a space station around Akiton. Come give us a visit.
It may be a long while, but if I ever find myself out there, then I will be sure to visit this Akiton that you speak of.
Ah yes, the last session of the campaign 2 years from now. It's time to face the final boss, and the chief finally made it to the station sightseeing like a tourist. And Thiveron's like, fucking tourists.
The big bad ends up just being a tourist.
Goodbye, Lizard Village.
That's fun.
Do the women look wistful as we leave?
Yeah, there's a few of them like waving you off. Some of them have like little handkerchiefs. It's like, it's fine. You're taking your tokens with you. They understand you'll be back one day.
How this work? Do we just promise ourselves to?
Maybe it would have been at least nice to leave them something behind so we don't leave them empty-handed. Aiden leaves behind the combat knife. There we go.
Now they've discovered modern forging technology. Suddenly their tech skyrockets.
They get the spacefaring in 5 years. It's the craziest tech leap in tech world history.
Just from a knife. It's fine. They have a tribal faction, but Bryn's people are spacefaring. But as you're carrying on, you eventually get through the thicket of vines, and it seems like some of the vines that you're coming out on have attached themselves to the edge of this large cliff that you skim over. And before you pass the swamp, the scattered swamp, there's a massive lake, almost a sea underground.
So, is that more of that weird goop that we've been seeing, or is that actual water?
It's basically the weird goopy stuff.
Ugh.
It's
I don't know, I
thick
still feel
water.
like this is some kind of weird booger water.
It is like water, but different,
Everything that starts with water but doesn't, inspire confidence in me. By the way, Bryn, I've been noticing something flying about us for a while. What the hell is that?
Having studied other rare creatures, I could identify parts of its physiology that would at least give me an idea of how it reacts to other things and what the weapons are, things like that.
I don't know why he would need any other information besides birds, but different.
Right.
It's like
What
I
else
can't.
do you need to know?
It's like
there-
in my language, it's like
So
super
birds are
elongated.
different. Birds.
some bird eat fruit, some bird eat flesh, some bird potentially eat people. You know, we gotta.
So
Now,
do you just drive a car next to a flock and go, "Yo, boy"?
You just ride up on them fools.
You guys pull their ride up and probably leans out the window and looks one of these things in the eye and just like, yo, we cool?
No more.
The general sense you get from them is like hungry that way.
They seem to be mostly interested in the food and the water. I don't think they're gonna look twice at us.
So, of course, the car can easily fly over the lake, but the bike and Aiden, you may have to take one of these surf-like things. If you can see, there are raft. There are several kinds. There are some big, some smaller, but they essentially you stand up and sail on them.
Sail rider. Here, I will take one of these. One of you can go in the car. I used to do this all the time as a kid.
Oh, in that case, Brian, give me a hand.
Show you the ropes, and trust me, there ain't no beating me. I was the fastest sailor in the West. That is what's called me.
Fastest, cool, but are you the safest? Because if my bike hits that goop, I'm gonna be mad.
If you're going fast, are you really going safe?
That doesn't inspire confidence in me, Brian.
Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I'm
Right.
expert.
You will get a +4 since you are familiar with this device.
What am I rolling?
Piloting.
Piloting. Okay.
So essentially, Brian and Aiden are going to be on one of the sailcraft while the others are flying above. The bike is, of course, tied onto the raft. Brian's like showing you Aiden literally the ropes, and she's grabbing ropes, putting across the sails, and as she does, the good amount of wind that's been going through, you see the sailcraft slowly being pulled across the lake. You can see it acts much more like water on this lake, probably due to its sheer volume. If you had attempted to drive across, you probably would have sank.
Jeez. Yeah, let's not do that.
So yes, you are currently
He's like mad
sailing.
strutting.
You know, at first I doubted you, but I gotta admit, you are pretty good at this.
I'm telling you, while everybody else was studying and doing like hootenanny and stuff, I was with the Rip Riders, as we called ourselves, and we would sail all through the different tunnel systems.
Wait. Hold on, isn't that wrong? Aren't you the princess? Aren't you supposed to, focus more on your education so you can lead your people?
I mean, I wasn't always the princess.
What do you mean? Aren't you born into it?
No, what? No, it's like a title, like anything else.
So wait, you actually earned the right to be a princess?
I mean, my brother was the prince before. He's no longer a prince.
Aiden looks confused. I guess I just don't get how royalty works, I guess.
Oh no, it's not like royal. It's a title. You wouldn't understand the translation in my language. The closest is princess.
Oh, yeah, so it's actually something else, but for convenience, that's how you translate it to us then.
Yes, pretty much.
Oh, as long as it's not Flower of the Apocalypse or something coachy, who cares, it's fine.
No, that would be ridiculous. Ha 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 ha.
As you are sailing across the area, you see large motions in the waves as this large, almost intimidating blade pierces through the muck and the water. Just as it's causing a nice wave, you go over it. The creature opens its mouth, gulping down the swarm of creatures within the water, sinking back down as a flock of Fleekar going around above you.
Okay, I guess we found the bigger fish.
Hell yeah! Let's see if we can ride on top of it. Let's go!
Do you want to attempt to? I dropped that.
How big are
Oh.
the fleet compared to us?
They're about bird size, like falcon size
Okay.
in modern terms.
You already said that. Never mind. Thank you.
Mhm.
I try. Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's do it.
Roll me piloting.
+4, right?
Yep, +4. So as you're going, you see this creature once more like turning around, creating a nice wave. Brian, you like twist the sails, catching the wave across its back just in time, and you're basically side by side with it as this blade is cutting through the water. You see its eyes basically dead focus on either side of its blade-like head. Think of it like a hammerhead, but turned upright.
Hell yeah!
You're
Let's
currently doing
go!
sick tricks across
This
it.
is so poggers, guys.
Thiveron just like, what's a poggers?
It's not going to take you too long if once you've done your sick tricks, you keep going towards the other side of the lake if you desire. Or do you wish to risk it more for more tricks? I'm sure Aiden's fine with it.
No, we continue on. That's enough stunting for now.
Oh god. Right. And once you're on the other side, you see a small contingent of like lizard people. They seem to be like in a small camp. And they look up towards you with spears at one moment, but then they're like, one of them motions them down. And he's speaking their language like, husky.
By the way, do they look the same as the lizard folk that we were with earlier?
Yeah.
No. Well, I still have the necklace, so I show them the necklace, and I just raise my hands to show them that, you know, I don't mean any danger or anything.
You hear them like shout almost like fat boys. So some of like they actually do come up to you, like they were like shaking your hand and patting you on the back, like yeah, it's that guy.
I don't understand them, but I like these guys. They're cool.
Only very few lizard people could actually speak your language within a thing. The chieftain just made sure to take over talking for all of them.
Yeah, so I'll take 10 minutes to attempt to create some sort of quick pigeon that we can use to identify simple ideas.
All right, go ahead and do a culture check. 'Cause they're fine with talking to you for about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, I mean, we've been traveling for a while. Maybe we can take a short break anyway. Oh, Thiveron, thank them for their help, and we should probably get going.
So I will thank them for the warning, and then get back into the car and get ready to go.
Mm-hmm. They give a small nod to you guys. It's like, they say goodbye. And as you start driving off, you see them return to their, like, back to their camp. Now, as you are going through the forest, the
mushrooms.
Sorry, the mushroom forest. You do see that up ahead there is a thick area, almost like what you passed through before, like that giant filter-like construction with filaments. But this is different. This is actually more like a compact forest, since the branches actually reach up and make sort of trees. They're very compact.
It sounds like a pretty magical place. Would you say it's a very magical place, Ash?
It's a very magical place, yes.
So you'd say that this is like a magical realm, huh?
No, it's not a magical realm. It's a planet.
This is really more of a, we're going into Bryn's kingdom. This is more of a mushroom kingdom.
Oh, so this is her magical realm.
Bryn, you do know that you are pretty close to your kingdom right now, but something seems off about this forest. Or at least this section of it. This is the common path, and well, as you get closer, you do feel like there is something off, as there are fungi growing on the branches.
Can I do a life science to try to like identify what it is?
Yes, and I will lower the DC accordingly. Oh, and will everybody roll me a willpower as well?
Oof.
You got it.
Oh boy. Here comes the fun.
2 1s in a row. What?
Here comes the fun.
Oh, yes.
Me and Aiden both roll crit fails.
I'm sure it'll be fine. I don't think
I think I failed every single will save you've ever made me do. Every time someone's tried to control me, it's just been like, boom, done.
Right.
Oh wait, is this a mind control effect, or what kind of effect is this? I might be able to get a bonus.
Oh yeah, it is, yes.
Hold on, did I take that feat or not? Let me. Yeah, I have reject chains. +2 bonus.
And you just get a plus
And I can
2.
I can reroll against it too.
Oh, reroll then.
Oh god. Why are you leaving me hanging like this, Prava?
And you also got the ring that gives you +2 as well, so you barely get over it.
Hell yeah.
So, probably you feel your mind fading, but then you see the ring on your hand, so you vroom, and it like clears your mind. Aiden, there is something like really good just off the beat, like the path you're going. Like, is that like? There's some really good-looking flowers over there.
I'm
Good.
gonna steer my bike slowly towards that area so I can check them out.
Aiden, make a fortitude save.
42 save. Up.
Yeah, Prava's gonna go ahead and gravity hold Aiden and just snatch him right before he walks over to the flowers. Like, nope.
But
Prava, what's going on?
It almost got me too, but there seems to be some sort of charm coming from over there. Some sort of siren's call. Just hang out for a bit, yeah?
you can
Prava.
see almost the flowers swaying back and forth a little, but
Prava, what are you talking about? Affecting bullshit. It's just some pretty flowers. I just wanted to take a look at them. Don't be weird.
Bryn, is this like a regular flower in this area? Is this something...
This is definitely not something usually here.
right, 1 second. Brian, you did a life science, I believe. Where is that? There it is. 20. Yes, it looks like this place has, well, been slightly infected. But you can roll another life science if you want to do about the waving flowers. Oh wow, that is
It
the
just
exact DC to see as well. Fuck me. Actually, Thiveron, if you want to roll as well. So as you do, well, you can come up with a name for these, but basically, Thiveron, you know what these things are. This seems to be a variant of a. You can see it starting to move now. Aiden, since you were stopped from interacting with it, your mind is now clear. You see it like creaking in the forest, like the forest off to the side.
What the hell is that?
Oh, I just discovered I didn't show you the picture. That was sorry about that. Hang on a minute, I forgot to show you. The
Oh, no, we
picture
do
of
see
the-
it.
No, we can see it. We can see it.
the thing in the
No,
middle.
no, the forest.
Oh, the floor,
Essentially,
okay.
this is what it looks like. It's covered in small bits of crystal and fungi. And you can see bits of, like, small little, almost floating pieces of glowing, well, a ball, essentially. They're floating down now and again.
If it didn't try to mind control Prava, probably would have walked out just seeing like what it looks like now, you know? Like new friend, but no.
Like, as long as they can ambush something, they will.
At any rate, that thing gives me the creeps. Let's get the fuck out of here.
The only thing you would know, Ryan, in terms of why it would be here, is the same reason why this part of the forest seems to be overgrown with a fungi infestation, is that it seems like, well, the caretakers are not taking care of this place. That's probably due to the small rift going on between the warrior caste and the royal caste and the warrior caste.
Okay. So it's Yeah, the people have been slacking since I've been gone. That's weird.
So wait, you need to hire more gardeners?
Yeah, we usually have the rangers that patrol, and we have the people that patrol make sure that the things don't become too dangerous.
So the wardens aren't doing their job. Guys, I think we should clear this thing out. We're here, we're powerful people. We have the means to deal with this before someone less powerful wanders through and gets hurt.
Aiden immediately smiles and starts lifting his sniper rifle again and says, "Hey, Kuzon, did you hear that?"
So you want to, if you want, you guys can have a surprise attack on it.
So 13 and 24.
That's plus 11.
18! I hit it for 19.
Hang on a second, how much HP does this thing have? So, Thiveron, before you can even do, you just see all these blasts, and it takes out this thing's 51 HP pool in one go.
Okay. Cool, I don't have to waste a spell slot.
You just basically, you just see bits of tree falling as you just... as the air is just covered in rapid fire.
Aiden with glee unloads the empty casing from the chamber. God, I love firing this thing. It's been a while.
Thiveron will get out and look. Brian said that there were no other ones in the vicinity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Thiveron is going to get out of the car and walk up to it and kneel down and say, I'm sorry, but you were too close. You were a danger. And respectfully, he'll drag it off to the side and say a Talbot prayer over it, requesting that the forest take it and continue on its natural cycle and return to the car.
Prava's gonna take some samples of this thing. He's gonna take some of the flower because it had a nice charm effect. It might be useful in making like a pheromone perfume, or so I'm gonna just scour it for useful materials. You know, fancy little bits of crystal, whatever it's got on it.
Prava, you attempt to get one of the basically vines, and it's like you attempt to clip it off, but then it's like you just drop it and it goes everywhere.
Can I see that he's struggling and go give him a hand?
You can attempt to?
I'm gonna take out my combat knife and I'm gonna start dissecting this thing for whatever Prava wants from it.
Prava believes in using every part of the animal, but does not have the skills to back it up. He does not have the...
So after you gather up what you can, sadly some of it was destroyed, but you do have enough material here to craft one pheromone grenade. So then, by the way, as you're standing in this forest, you do feel something, well, odd, as you're basically dragged it off. You feel your stamina decrease by 1 as these small little glowing spore-like things drop down and hit your armor, and it's almost acid-like.
Good.
Yep, let's be on our way, shall we?
Doesn't Life Bubble last for like a week? Aren't we still Life Bubble?
Yeah.
It's a physical thing, it's not an aerosol or anything like that.
Well, let's be on our way then.
The acid does not play well with objects.
To poison, does that do anything?
No, it's acid. If you got resistant to acid, then that counts. They're like acidic spores that are dropping down on you. However, as you do continue your way through, you see a small clearing up ahead. It seems like there's some sort of large, almost comically large, mushroom-sized umbrella.
I believe this is what those lizard folk were talking about. They cover beneath the mushrooms.
You do see a figure sitting there as well. Do you wish to go up towards the figure?
Yes.
Do I recognize it?
If you get closer, you could.
Approach.
You approach. Okay then. For a moment.
I like this music. This is a jam.
Infected mushroom is awesome. I love them.
As you go closer, you see a mushroom person.
Oh my god. Nice.
I love her. She's perfect.
I'm going to say that I'm super glad that you planned like for mushroom people and then picked infected mushroom.
Thiveron, I'm not going to make you roll for this, since they are a semi-common species on some planets, as they are most.
They are, but I don't know. Thiveron's been to the Vescarium, but yeah, I'll roll to see if he's met one of them, because they tend to be pretty. I don't want to say hermit-like, but they tend not to leave their home planet.
Myceloid.
Oh, okay. So there's two different types of mushroom people now. Okay.
Yes, these are myceloid. These are more humanoid-esque version.
Okay. Yeah, I think I was thinking these were the Gorons from the Vescarium.
I'll just flash
Same concept.
fingers at them.
You see that they raise their hand lazily and put it over the little glowing orb.
I'll approach. I'll say, "Greetings. Do you speak the common language?" All right. Well, to make this more simple,
I think she's speaking Hollow
It's
Knight.
like they're pointing down towards the like thing you have. Like there's a flask of water, and it's pointing towards Aiden's flask of water.
I
Or
cast
what she
tongue.
thinks is water.
I cast tongues so that I can speak with this creature.
You hear, and he's like pointing towards the flask. You still hear that.
He's just babbling nonsense. Just waste a third level spell slot.
You also need to touch something to cast tongues on it. That seems like a dangerous
Nice.
proposition to walk up and touch this mushroom lady.
Like, Thiveron looks at him just like confused.
But Brian, are you back?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry to everyone. I wanted to say that you do recognize this person. This person is somebody who commonly goes throughout this forest. This is known as mushroom. Sorry, is known as the mushroom sphere seer Rosilla.
Oh, well, hi, Lozilla.
Oh, princess. Hello. I did not know you were there. How are you doing?
I fare well. I have just returned from off planet.
Oh, good.
How have you been? It's been so long.
Same, yeah. But, like, where did you go? It looks at the other ones, and it did notice that you cast, like, a spell at it, and it's like, sorry, dude. Thought you were tourists.
No,
Thiveron just looks at him, like, deflated, and goes back to the car and sits down. You handle this one, Brian.
You shouldn't
I
say
think
the word around him. He's pretty sensitive to it.
I think I made him mad.
More sad.
I think he was just excited to use his fancy spell thing. He does not know you. He didn't like think to just say hello.
Well,
you know.
I think he also has a kind of, very right opinion on tourists and what they are for the local economy, but that's neither here nor there. I'm sure if your world has pizza, he's gonna feel better in no time.
Well, he could probably still use it in this city up ahead.
By the way, I couldn't help but notice that you were pointing at my flask earlier. What's that about?
Wanted to drink? What did you think?
Fair point. I take my flask and I toss it at her. Here.
Lucia grabs it. Rosella grabs it and is like, thanks, dude. And, like, undoes it. Like, instead of drinking, it just seems like she's pouring it into her mouth. Just opens it.
So, like, is your hair a mushroom? Is that shit edible?
It's my head. And that's lewd.
Yeah, why would you want to eat a part of a person?
Hey, I mean, Look, mushrooms are edible, right? So I'm just curious.
Never try to do that to, let's say, Prava. That would be ridiculous.
I mean, you're fairly edible, Aiden. It's just a matter of point of view, really.
Well, excuse me, lizard person and princess, but where I come from, mushrooms are edible.
I mean, the
I
spore.
don't suggest eating this mushroom.
The cap is where the spores are. That's filthy. Don't say stuff like that.
And then everyone called me filthy. Your friend's not very nice.
Oh no, you're not filthy. Aiden's behavior is filthy. You seem lovely. I'm sorry, what was your name? Bryn didn't introduce us properly.
Rosella,
Rosella. Well, I'm
Yeah.
Prava.
good to meet you.
How have you been, Rosella? It's been a while. What's been like the hip happening? Come on, tell me the DL.
Well, I've recently had to come out here to sort out the mushroom issue. You know how it is.
Oh, yes, I did notice that this has grown quite infested in this area.
Yeah, don't worry. Up ahead, it's more or less, well, the city part is clear. We're in the middle of it right now. I'm in the process of preparing a spell to help.
Oh, that is good to hear.
You can, you'll suddenly hear thump, 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 and you see Sal walking up, behind the rest of you, covered in the gelatinous, gunk of water. It's like, do not worry, I made it across the lake.
Did you walk on the bottom?
Correct. There were marvelous things to see.
Oh, I should have gave you a camera if I knew.
Yes, it is a shame. They were very large creatures.
Me and you are going for a dive later on the way back, okay?
That would be marvelous, Prava. As he basically starts scraping himself off, and Roshu is like, well, if I can't do any more readings, is there any help I could, help with you guys? Or
Oh, I think we're good. Bryn's leading us to her people's village. We're here to look into the issue of the missing core of the planet.
oh, right, yeah, the missing. Wait, what?
Oh. Guys, was that a secret?
What do you mean the core? Wait, an arm is missing?
What did you call it?
Did we already fuck up? Brava, why?
Bryn, was
Welcome.
your planet's missing core a secret? Was your planet's missing core a secret?
I mean,
You see,
everyone
it
like
seems
not
that
telling the
No.
public for...
was it a secret? I don't know.
it's not really a secret, but you don't it's not like your people have told the entirety of the population, hey, our core's missing, we may die.
Okay, so it's well known in Valar, but
It's well known among the elites.
I remember you
basically.
talking to us when we were what is the significance of this artifact that they took? And I think you explained that the core is missing. It had something to do with that.
Yeah.
I think you explained it that much. 'Cause I remember that's what brought on the conversation where Thiveron kind of offered to help you because his plan was in a similar situation.
yeah. Why did you guys say? tell
Rosalia
something?
knows now.
Oh, okay.
You can
As
thank
of
Brava for
literally
that
the second you joined the call.
Well,
Dude, this is big. It's scary.
Who did you tell?
don't worry,
It's
Rosella.
here.
Rosilla, I am taking care of it. I am on the job.
Brava, you seriously need to stop starting revolutions and, telling people about their world being
Government
doomed.
secrets. And yeah.
It's alright, I'll forget this in a minute. She says she gets a bag, you just see how. I'm just gonna relax here. I'll be in the city later once I've completed the spell, and you're all blending together with the mushrooms. Goodbye.
Bye.
So, Bryn, is
Guys,
she
you
gonna be
can't just-
fine out there by herself, hallucinating, or
Yeah, I mean that's just how she always is and has been. Like, if I would be surprised if she was wandering around here sober.
So wait, is it like a thing on your planet where stoners get, jobs? Because usually they're frowned upon in other places, Just saying.
As they are, you're heading off towards the city, you see a figure, and I actually in the picture as well. I hid it the entire time. You see this cloaked figure stumbling towards you. You can't completely see it in the darkness. It's like, help. And he falls down onto his knees.
Prava starts to move towards him. Of course, what's wrong?
Sense motive.
You can sense motive as he collapses.
God damn it. Why?
As he collapses onto his side.
I'm gonna try to grab Prava because this is exactly like every other time, Prava. Let me first make sure it's safe. This is obviously suspicious. I'm gonna try to stop him.
Like, what if he's bleeding out and he's in immediate danger? We can't
Don't
just
worry,
sit around.
we'll help the person. Just let me make sure this is not a trap, okay?
Person seems injured. And seems legitimate in his cries for help.
Yeah, Prava's gonna hurry over as quick as he can to get a look at this guy.
I'm gonna keep pace
Right.
with Prava to make sure to protect him if something happens.
As you...
Thiveron draws his spear.
Yes. Kuzon, what are you doing, and Bryn?
I'll bring the car around.
Bryn is approaching with Prava and Aiden.
Okay. And as you get closer, you see that this figure is draped in a blackened cloak. And you can see him slowly raise his arms. You can see bits of acid damage all across his body. And you can also see little bits of mushroom growing into wounds. But these wounds, if you check on his back, they were massive gaping wounds all down his back. And he lifts up his arm for a moment. It's like, help.
Sorry. Oh no, this does not look good. Is Rosala is she still around? She might be able to help.
She does not seem to be there. You are at least 10 minutes away from where she was. And you see his hand drops to the ground.
I don't have any heal things.
We're still near the mushroom where we were talking to Roselia, right? Or have we wandered a bit into the woods?
You said you moved about 20 to 20.
Thiveron will approach,
minutes
and if he himself does not look to be dangerous, then I'm going to cast Mystic Cure on him.
I would say, from your abilities to cure, you know that this is not just a cure spell need. He's far too damaged. He will need actual medical attention.
Brian,
as long without healing.
Brian, how far away
can I
are
at
we
least
from your
stabilize
city?
him?
No, you need actual medical, because the wounds are not only just needed to heal, there is also mushroom spores into the wounds as well.
You want me to first aid or treat deadly wounds?
Basically treat deadly wounds.
Okay, so this is going to be at a +6
I'll
from accessing
help.
the Akashic record. 30.
I'll help because I also know how to do medicine.
No way. We'll help then.
Okay.
No way. That's still
32.
right. This dude, if a DC to help save this dying man who got completely messed up, who has mushrooms in his wounds and is completely fucked up, basically, was a DC 30.
Nice.
I set it really high because this dude was so messed up, and yet you somehow quitted and helped him on the way.
Well, I needed
Okay.
the Akashic record to roll that 30 then.
So basically, you access the Akashic record, but it's not only just the principles of medicine you search through, you also grab through the different areas of what you could do and what areas you would do wrong. You're peering bits into the future, just bits and pieces. And as you do, you hear, And his wounds are bandaged, and he's like he's still unconscious.
And now Mystic Cure.
I think we need to. I think it might still be good to get him to a hospital.
Yeah, Brian,
let's get
how
him in
far
the
away are we
car
from your
immediately.
city?
We shouldn't be much farther.
That is true. Though Sal goes, did he say someone was in trouble?
Wait,
Oh shit!
Oh shit! And then a max heal. It's
I'm
only level 1 though. so
I'm
I
gonna
think
go
I'm
climb
dead
in my
HP
power
there.
armor.
Yeah, Prava's already running in the direction this guy came from. Like he's gonna try and follow this guy's trail as best he can.
Well, since I've got the bike, it's fine. I'm gonna Aiden's gonna offer you to ride with him, and we can use the bike to get around faster.
Yep. Okay, Prava hops on. Let's hit it.
Yeah, we'll rush ahead in front of the car in the direction this guy came from to scout the area.
Yeah.
Stay in contact.
Right. As you're rushing up ahead, you start going through the mushroom forest. The mushrooms are starting to die down a bit, leaving the forest full, like the trees once more. And as you exit out, you see it exits out into an almost luminescent crystal cave. Like the crystals are covering the walls, the entrance, the pillars themselves. You can see cracks in the stone where the crystal's peering through. But as you are heading through the forest as well, you see these dead creatures all along the forest floor. You see they're almost raptor-like in design, but they also had these skeleton-esque heads on them and horns with markings. Almost akin to the same as Brian's horns. They're down on the ground. You see different magic battle marks and the like all across their bodies.
Prava, Prava, can you sense any living creatures around us?
As you're trying to feel out, you do feel something like up ahead. But as you two are going up ahead, what are the rest of you doing? You trying to carry this guy into the car?
Yeah.
yeah.
As you're carrying this guy into the car, I suspect it's Thiveron and Bryn doing it while Kuzon's prepping the car. Is that how? Thiveron, you do notice that there's something on the man's cloak. There is a small symbol with a symbol of a human fist holding what appears to be a sword by the blade.
Well, I know what that is. Probably. Do you want me to take mysticism or something?
Yes, you may.
Yomade? Question mark.
It is a symbol of Adomade, but however, it is a subsect of Adomade. As Adomade's symbol is basically meant to be a sword covered in light and stuff. This one belongs to, and you know this from mysticism, due to your religious aspects, is that this belongs to a subsect known is very, how do you say, human-centric. They basically human supremacists. Like the symbol this belongs to.
Thiveron will just put him in the car and start trying to wake him up.
He doesn't seem to be responding. He seems to be in some sort of coma-like state. As you drove up to the main area, you see that there's a few other creatures down, dead in the immediate area, and you see one of them is completely crisp, almost like it would be fried by fire. But as you're looking at this, since this is the area where the trail ends of bodies, you hear soft sobbing.
Is it like a child sobbing?
And follow the sound of sobbing.
Yes, it sounds like a child crying. And nearby, with a circle of bodies, the almost creature-like body, raptor-like bodies, is an almost unnatural cage of crystal that has been spurned up from the other crystals to make a surrounding cage. And you just see it glowing with the same energy that you saw before.
I probably collected a sample of that crystal before, so is this very similar if he compares directly?
Yes. It is very, very similar.
Oh,
And yeah, you hear crying coming from within this cage-like area.
Prava's gonna go. He's gonna creep up as quiet as he can to the edge of the cage in case the people that created it are still around.
As you come up to the edge of the cage, you see a small Kiba child crying in there.
I wanna smash the cage.
You may attempt so.
Can we say something before we just...
No, you see that as soon as Aiden sees a kid inside, like, everything he told you about being cautious goes out the window. He immediately starts punching the cage. Should I roll an attack or athletics?
As soon as you attack the cage, you take 13 damage.
Okay.
As you punch the cage, the cracks form, and this almost beam of sunlight just cuts into you. Like...
Did I manage to do any damage to the cage?
It seems like the crystal is slowly healing on itself.
how tall is the cage? And is it like a roof, or is it just like...
One moment, I want to describe the scene. As you speaking, and as you are attempting to, as you attempt to do that, the car pulls along with everybody else inside. And everybody else see these glowing letters suddenly appear in front of the crystal cage going, "Once I am unbroken, you may take your token." And in one of the main pillars across the cage, there are 4 spaces in the crystal that do not look natural. And now that you take a look around, it seems like the same types of crystals, there are many different colors, are laying scattered all across the floor, like loose crystals.
What the heck is... Bryn is gonna go towards the child that's in the cage.
The child seems to be very afraid.
I'm gonna speak to her, Kabir. I'm gonna get down on my knees, look at her in the eyes, and be like, "Don't worry, child. We are here to help you. We're going to get you out of here, okay? Can you look at me?"
She doesn't seem to listening to you. Can roll a persuasion check.
Persuasion, okay.
I don't think that's a stat in this system, isn't it?
Yeah, that is
Diplomacy?
not a stat here. Diplomacy, that's the one.
Diplomacy,
weird.
sorry.
Oh,
That was me
good.
playing
I
thing
have
before.
a -1. Yay.
Child, listen to me!
She's terrified of me.
She does not seem to be responsive.
Prava,
This is bad, guys. This is not good.
Prava, those 4 holes over there, they don't seem natural. It might need some kind of key or something. Can you figure it out?
Remember, you can roll stuff like Insight, Arcana, stuff like that too, if you need any hints. Aiden, as you look towards all the crystals on the ground and the spaces inside the thing, you notice that they are the same shape. Like, each of them are slightly different, but they all can fit in there. But you sense that the number of each color of gem is not arbitrary. 1 second, I'm just typing out how many of each gem there are. But Carol will float up and go, "Perhaps you should think on who created this in the first place. No, think about what you saw on your way here, and what happened."
Everything that happened. First, we met a person who needed help. He had scars with growing mushrooms and fungus from them.
Yes, but perhaps his words meant something.
What did he say? Does anyone remember what he said?
Can I roll perception to remember?
If you want, you can attempt straight intelligence check.
Ooh, okay. I can do that.
The opposite end
Okay.
of the spectrum.
Kuzon, you definitely remember. Kuzon, you remember he said, like, help her make herself.
her.
Sorry.
Oh, I figured it out. That's the alphabet. You have to spell out help.
We have H.
FGH.
Yeah, so we have he, and the L and the P have to be the 11 and the 19.
The 19 is S.
Oh,
and the
shit.
11 is K.
Yep. Oh, maybe it doesn't spell help,
Yeah.
but yeah, we should see what the letters are, because I think those might correspond to letters still. It might be able to spell something.
So I don't
Oh,
know.
safe. Yeah, what about the word safe? You did say we have an S. Do we have an F?
We have an SAFE.
We do.
So that would
There
be...
we go, safe. A, B, C, D, E, so 5, and that's green.
Yeah, red, yellow, cyan, green. Is
There you
how
go.
we're gonna fill the holes.
Is that how you're gonna do it?
Before they do it, Aiden is gonna be kneeling next to the cage, and if the cage does anything to try to harm the kid, explode or anything else, even though it's probably useless, Aiden is still going to try to protect the kid no matter what.
Attempt to do this. You see the crystal cage before you start to slowly retract, revealing and letting you access to the child.
I was getting ready to glitch step in there and grab her and glitch step out.
You can see the thing start to retract, the words crumble away.
I'm gonna quickly take the child and pull her away from the cage. Hey,
She
you okay?
latches onto you and almost death-like grip Aiden.
I let her.
Like her little hooves are like all cut, like basically resting against your legs. Your hands are like latched onto you.
I'll take her inside the car. You guys mind sweeping the area? Check if there's anything else? Anybody else?
I agree. I think that's a smart plan. And Thiveron will start looking around.
As you start to look around, well, actually, first, Aiden, as you try to put her in a car, she's reluctant to let go of you. But as she's like, her eyes are full of like tears.
Oh no! I stay with her. I'm not gonna leave her alone.
Oh, okay. So yeah, basically, you sit next to a car. Sal like comes up soon after, and he's like, I do not know what happened, but I am glad everyone is safe.
I'm gonna try and keep her focus on me. So, hey, what's your name, little one? What are you called?
She goes, like she doesn't seem all that. She's still scared as hell.
Oh, I was gonna say I was gonna give her a ration and some water if she's hungry or thirsty.
She'd probably like take the ration, nibble it as she's like close to you, and you hear Sal go, a shame about the exiles.
Exiles? Is that who these people were?
They were people no longer. Like you see him like kneel down. It's like his like crystal is grinding against each other. These type of exiles lost themselves completely, gave in to predatory instincts.
Is that what happens to Brian's people when they transform?
The transformation depends on both the person and the help they receive. Some do not receive help.
What determines whether they receive help or not?
If they are low, reject it. There are loads of reasons. By the way, at this point, you hear a small, almost siren-like sound coming throughout the cave. Thiveron, you are the first to hear it, like way before it even reaches you.
Yeah.
And Brian, as soon as you hear it, you know that's bad news. That means a solar flare is about to hit your planet, and these entrances act as your natural defense, as they basically pour forth the cosmic rays across the area.
We should probably get out of here and seek some shelter quickly, guys. Quickly, we have a little bit of time, but not lots. Let's go.
I'm gonna hop in the car.
Hop in the Cadillac.
As you do that, you see small fleckles of light coming from the area you entered into. You see the cosmic rays, and it starts to rock the ground as the cosmic rays are slowly creeping from each crystal.
I'm going to keep the kid in my arms and I'm going to jump on the back and I'm gonna start yelling for everybody to get back to the car.
I sense something dangerous is happening.
I can't see it.
Prava takes a second to notice because he's like angrily smashing the crystals. You know, the puzzle's over and the case is empty. He's just like breaking everything in sight. Like, how dare? Like,
Prava!
Bravo, we gotta go!
what are you talking?
By the way, Sal suddenly picks up Prava. Come on, little one. And he's like instantly about to like basically shove you towards the car. Hurry up and go.
Go, are we in danger? And Prava's hurrying towards the car.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
and-
need to move.
You can see that it's very bright and basically a wall of cosmic light is like.
Brian, which way is the city?
Go back. She points frantically. It's like, go! Foot battle now!
She points in a direction, Aiden immediately slams the bike into gear and he takes off.
Yeah, I'll follow after.
So, like, as you take off, you hear. It's like you hear the cosmic rays like getting closer. Would both of you roll me piloting?
Wait, Salvagers, hey Brian, can he survive? Look,
He's pretty tough.
Well, let's hope he can, because there's not much we can do to help him now.
Ride as fast as you possibly can through air, ducking and weaving, dodging the crystals as you go. The area around them almost radiating with cosmic radiation at this point. As you, if you want, you can take a riskier route to get to the city faster, or you can continue to attempting to outrun it.
I take the shorter path that's riskier.
As you take the riskier path, you slide along. You see that the floor is basically given way after centuries of like misuse, and the curved wall is your only real go for Aiden. As you have to go along it, basically using momentum to keep you plastered to the curved wall. Thankfully, Kuzon can fly along this path as he's ducking and weaving different, basically what's laser beams of cosmic light just boom, boom, boom. And because of you taking your riskier route, you can see the city gates overhead slowly being closed. It's like,
I'm gonna immediately try to contact Kuzon if he can hear me over the bombardment. Kuzon, they're closing the gates, we have to hurry. Punch it.
Alright, I am going to spend a resolve point.
yes, now speed helps.
Yeah. I am, you just see like Kuzon, just there's like a point in the dashboard, I imagine, where like his robotic arm can go into, and I just punch it, and then all of a sudden just like sparks start flying as I spend the resolve, and I'm gonna zoom on ahead. Basically, I'm gonna get there as quickly as possible, and if I get there before Aiden, I'm gonna try to like call for them to like hold the gate. If that makes sense.
I know what you mean. Right. Okay. You would be slightly faster, but they're basically slowing down, closing the gate as they just see his cars. They jackknife through the gate, and they're like, they can't stop closing the gate. Otherwise, the city could like be in danger. Of course, they know when things are coming, but so you're looking back outside, they're slowly closing it. Aiden, would you make me another piloting check?
Okay.
As you go through the door, basically you have to scrunch up on top of the seat as it's your bike barely scrapes along the edge, like as the door.
Considering I'm going at a breakneck speed and I can crash into something, I'm immediately gonna slam the bike's brakes and put it into a slide. And I'm just gonna use both my hands to cover the kid in my arms to keep her safe as we're sliding to a stop.
I would say if you're taking that, you would probably take your vehicle's collision damage. Is that okay with you?
Yes, I'm okay with taking any vehicle damage and damage to me as long as I protect the kid.
Okay then. This will be directly to your health due to it being... You're not defending yourself, really.
Yeah, I'll take it.
8 damage. As you're sliding across the ground, just...
I'm just gonna quietly stay there for a couple of seconds, make sure she's alright, and then I'm gonna give her a confident smile. You alright, kid?
She gives like a small nod.
I'm gonna pet her on the kid, on the head. There we go. It's okay. It's fine. I got you.
Well, that was quite an adventure, guys. Good thing we made it through. Everything's fine, as we can see. Everyone's okay, yeah?
Kuzon just like just rips his hand out of the console, and he just shakes it as like it's just surging with electricity. It's like, yeah, everything's fine.